The 2018 Freaky Friday is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm only half joking when I say that. I remember I saw the ads for it and I was like, oh, they're making another Freaky Friday? How fun! And then I watched it and it was terrible. Like, genuinely awful. Like, I've watched this movie twice now and I still don't understand how they screwed it up this badly. 2003 Freaky Friday is a masterpiece, and I wasn't expecting this one to live up to that one, but man, I was still let down pretty hard. This is the 4th remake of Freaky Friday, if you count the weird TV version that nobody knows about, and this is hands down the worst out of all of them. Like, no contest. So without further ado, let's get into it. We open on the main character, Ellie, with her friends, and they're all on their phones. They are excited for this thing called The Hunt, which is this weird scavenger hunt thing that happens annually, apparently. I think that's what it is. The movie doesn't really explain it very well, so you have to just kind of guess. The first thing you will notice about this film is that the dialogue is dreadful.
Then boom, we're gonna win the hunt and break free of the draconian caste system of high school.
We find out from their conversation that the hunt is on the same night as Ellie's mother's wedding rehearsal. Ellie is planning on asking her, but is very apprehensive as her mother is extremely stressed out due to planning her own wedding. We see from their conversations that Ellie and her mother are not on great terms. Ellie is angry with her mother for remarrying, and her mother is angry with Ellie for being a slacker and refusing to take responsibility for things. We are then presented with the first song of the musical, Just One Day.
One day is all I want, with my family united. Fears at bay, no fights, no taunts, just the 4 of us delighted.
It isn't a horrible song, but it's fairly bland and dull, and just leaves me wanting more. Sadly, this is the best song of the movie. Oh, I forgot to say, this movie is a musical. I don't really have a problem with this being a musical. What I do have a problem with is that all of the songs are terrible, but I'll get to that later. The main problem with this opening song is that it shows a glaring flaw with the script, and that is how vague Ellie is as a character. We find out that the mom is stressed out because she's planning a wedding and whatnot and a bunch of other things, but the only thing we really know about the daughter is that she's lazy, irritable, and angry with her mom. Other than the hunt, we don't really get a good feel for what she likes or what she's interested in. And not only does that make her kind of boring, it just makes her really hard to root for. If you haven't already noticed, they're pulling a lot of inspiration from the 2003 version, which is fine, but I don't think they really knew what worked about that movie. In that one, both the mom and the daughter were very well defined and you understood both of them. But in this version, they do a really good job of defining the mom and they just kind of butcher the daughter. The pacing in this movie is also just terrible. Everything happens way too fast. This is roughly the same amount of time as the original, but they skip over so much stuff. In the 2003 version, they have this like long build up between the daughter and the mom. And so when they finally do get into a fight, it makes sense, and you don't root for one over the other. But in this version, they fight like 10 minutes in, and when the daughter says like, I hate you, it just comes across like the daughter is really emotionally manipulative. More than anything, Ellie just seems extremely selfish.
And Down the Aisle magazine is going to be here. And I need to show them that it actually is possible to design your own wedding. And I want you and the rest of this family rested for the big day tomorrow.
Your big day.
Hey!
Where's Presto? Has anyone seen Presto?
Fletcher, nobody cares about your rabbit.
Wait, I care about the rabbit.
Mike, can you stop pretending that you're our dad? Because you're not.
She only gets worse as the movie goes on, by the way, trust me. Also, I keep bringing up the 2003 version of the movie as a comparison, and I really wish I didn't have to do that, but they keep stealing stuff like verbatim from it. They really wanted to recapture what makes that version beloved, but they just completely failed. So the mom and the daughter get into a fight, and then they sing a song.
I don't need to live all large, I just like to be in charge of the things I do and eat and how I dress. Oh my dear, I wish you knew all the work I have to do just to keep you in your munchies and your mess. If you knew what I go through, what I go day in my own shoes, well then maybe you would see all of the reasons why you can't.
Well, like, oh, my life is so hard. And then they grab an hourglass. That's the body switching McGuffin of this movie. They changed it from the fortune cookies, which is honestly like one of the few good changes that you could have made. The only problem I have with them using the hourglass is that they never really explain it. They say it's like Ellie's dad's, but was Ellie's dad a wizard? How come the hourglass has never done any spells before? Aware this is like nitpicking, but they just kind of throw it into the movie and never explain it. I don't know, it's just really strange to me. In the original movie from the 70s, they just switch bodies and there's no like hokey McGuffin. I don't get why they can't just do that in the other versions. So they sing a song and then they switch bodies. And then we are introduced to the other glaring flaw in this movie, the comedy.
Burped up a cheese puff. Oh, my hands, look at my hands. I have witch hands. I look like I should be stirring a cauldron.
The jokes are just not very funny. And it isn't so much that the jokes are bad, it's just the comedic timing of everything is so poorly done. A lot of times what they say is kind of funny, but the way they deliver it completely ruins the impact. So they straight up just steal jokes from the Lindsay Lohan version and then make them less funny.
You're not my mother.
Yes, I am.
Get away, you clone freak.
Don't you use that tone with me.
Oh my God, you are my mother.
It's me. It's Mom. I'm Mom. No, you're not my mom. I'm Mom.
No, you shut it, Eleanor. Do not tell me to shut it.
Oh, no, you are my mom.
So they break the hourglass because they're screaming and they're all freaked out. And we find out that the other hourglass was left behind to the mom, but the mom sold it and now the daughter is all sad. This version in particular really loves like the melodrama of the whole situation. All of the other versions have like drama mixed in with comedy, but this one has like sprinkles of comedic moments and then it's mostly just like really boring melodrama. Anyway, before the daughter can mope around anymore, the wedding people that the mom works with come inside the daughter's room. I don't think that's a thing you can just do. You don't just show up inside people's houses and go in their rooms. Anyway, those people leave and the mom says that the reason she's so stressed out about the wedding is because her career depends on it and she took out another mortgage to pay for the wedding. The mom is a wedding planner and so if her wedding goes bad, then she'll lose all her credibility. Also, they'll be in like a boatload of debt and they'll have to sell the house and be homeless.
Ellie, I took out a second mortgage on our home to grow my catering business. A cover story from a major wedding magazine will make or break me. If this story happens, it'll mean more publicity, more business, more money for us, our family.
Got it.
If this story does not happen, we could lose our house.
At this point in the movie, I'm just feeling really sad. I'm like, this poor woman's husband died, and now she's going to be homeless soon. There's this like weird feeling of dread, which I don't think helps the movie at all. The mom suggests to the daughter that she just stay home, but then the daughter says that she can't do that because if she misses another day of class, she will be permanently expelled. Also, they have a mandatory parent-teacher conference that the daughter just never told her about until today. This leads us into the next song, which is called I Got This.
I got this. I got this. I can see what to do for me to be you. I got this. I'll bake stuff. I can fake like I make stuff like you.
I hate this song so much. The beat is really basic, the melody is really like annoying and trite, and the whole thing, it just sounds like they're singing to stock music. Also, this is random, but the mom is like excited to go to high school.
I think I'm looking forward to my day to tell the truth.
Why would the mom be excited to go back to high school? Literally, who wants to go back to high school?
High school sucks!
Then the song stops and the mom goes to high school in the daughter's body. And we meet the school bully, Savannah. But then for some reason they start the song again.
I got this. I got this. I'm the queen of the
In a normal musical, I'm always excited to hear the songs when they come on, but in this movie, they genuinely feel like punishment. Like the sense of fear and anxiety I feel whenever they start to sing feels like a horror movie. They all range from like offensively bland to just like genuinely obnoxious. And we haven't even gotten to the worst songs yet. So the kids and the mom talk about the hunt, and at this point I'm really sick of hearing about the hunt because not only does it destroy the like focus of this movie, but we don't know what it is, so we can't really get invested into it. The pacing of this movie is already really bad, and every time something interesting is about to happen, they mention the hunt, and I'm like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care. Jerry.
Something nice I will say about the movie, however, is that I do kind of like the chemistry between the mom and the daughter. I saw a lot of people be really mean to the main actor. I think her name is like Cozy Zulsdorf? I don't know how to say that. I actually think she does a pretty decent job in this movie, especially with the writing they give her. Both the mom and the daughter do pretty good impressions of each other, and they have decent chemistry. The other actors in the movie, I can't really say that they're all that great. I don't think that's necessarily their fault, but still. So we find out that the daughter has like a secret crush named Adam, and she gives all her sandwiches to him. They have biology class together. So there's a bunch of nonsense, and then the mom sings this really weird song about how she's like in love with this teenage boy. I'm not like exaggerating when I say that. That is 100% what the song is about.
Then he leans over my shoulder there in all his long and leanness and cuts my hard-earned knowledge clean away.
Like, let me read the lyrics to this song. Oh, biology, what have you done to me? My over 40 soul is in a teen cliche. Oh, biology, why won't you set me free? 'Cause I'm not in control and the hunger has its say, and the hormones have their way. Who wrote this? It just like boggles my mind that someone wrote this creepy like pedophile song, and then they showed it to other adults and they were like, oh yeah, this is good. Maybe that's why the mom was so excited to go back to high school. And then the next like 7 minutes of the movie are extremely boring and not worth talking about. This is only like a 90-minute movie, but there's so much fluff in it and so much stuff that you easily could have cut. It really makes like watching this movie like such a miserable experience because I'm bored through like most of the runtime. And then the daughter comes to the school because of the parent-teacher conference, and we have this like really weird scene where she interacts with Adam, but she's in the mom's body.
Hi, I'm Ellie. This is Mom. Ellie Blake. My name is Catherine Blake.
Yeah, Ellie's mom. You make all the great sandwiches.
Oh.
Yeah, bring it in. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let go now.
Okay.
And the mom like teases her about it.
Do you like him?
Girl, you have no room to talk. Then we get like a fairly okay scene where they're like in the teacher conference and the mom keeps saying things, but she forgets she's in the daughter's body.
When Ellie gets bored, she skips class.
11 days.
I am very disappointed.
Are you?
Disappointed in myself.
It's not like a great scene, but compared to everything else, it's one of the more enjoyable parts of the movie. And then after the conference, the like gym teacher comes and yells at the mom for not being in class, and I'm like, Disney Channel, this is not how high school works. If you don't show up to class, nobody comes and gets you. Then they find out that the antique store that the other hourglass was sold to was closed, but they can get it back if they add it to the hunt. I guess that's just a thing you can do. You can just add stuff to the hunt. It would have been really helpful if they like actually explained what the hunt is, but I guess that's just too much to ask. For such an integral part of the story, it really feels like they just kind of make up rules for it as they go along. Then there's like another pointless scene where the mean girl and the mom get into like a competition in gym, And I just hate the mean girl in this movie. Like, she's such a one-note character. It's like, she's mean. That's what she does in every scene. And I think she has like 10 scenes. And they're just so repetitive. It gets like unbearable to watch. And then after that, the mom goes up to Adam, who's like a leader in the hunt. And she's like, hey, can you add the hourglass to the hunt? And he's like, nah, man, I have to respect the integrity of the game. And the mom is like, you're a moron. I have to agree with the mom on this one. The daughter's friends get mad at the mom. I forgot to mention the daughter has friends in this movie. They do literally nothing. You could write them out and I don't think a single thing would change. We then cut back to the daughter walking with her little brother, and we get the worst song of the entire movie. This is the moment that Ellie goes from being poorly written to like a full-on villain. The song is called like Parents Lie, and it's this like weird song where she like traumatizes her brother.
Parents lie, it's sad but true. Mine lied to me, yours lies to you. I lied to you.
About what?
She tells him like everything that he's ever been told by his mom is like a lie. And keep in mind, the brother is like really little and he doesn't know that they've switched bodies. So he thinks that this is his mom telling him this. She like tells him Santa isn't real and that like magic is fake and that he's gonna die one day. And by the end of the song, he's like in tears and she doesn't even really care. She then justifies what she says because she's a narcissist.
Just telling you what I wish someone had told me.
As mean-spirited as this song is, I think the worst part about it is that it's just really pointless. There is nothing to motivate this song being here. It quite literally just comes out of nowhere. It would make sense if like the mom and the daughter had like a huge argument beforehand and there was like a bombshell that got dropped where the daughter found out she was being lied to, but that never happened. They had kind of a fight beforehand, but not really. So what is she even referring to? The next scene is the boy crying and running away from home.
You may have lied to me, but that will not stop me from following my dreams. I will be a famous magician, whether you believe in me or not. Love, Fletcher.
I think this has to be the most miserable Disney Channel movie I've ever seen in my life. They call the police to like find the boy and they ask the daughter to describe him and she's like,
He can be very annoying.
do you even love your brother? But then the Adam guy finds the brother and takes him home. And we get more incredibly uncomfortable scenes between the daughter and Adam.
She likes you.
I like her too.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you like everyone though.
Sure, I know, but I mean, like, I like her.
Like in a particular way?
They did this in the 2003 version, but it was funny in that movie. And this one is just weird and awkward. The daughter then convinces Adam to put the hourglass on the list, which I think is supposed to justify this whole running away subplot, except it doesn't at all, because this exact scene could have taken place at the school earlier and nothing would change. The way they have it now is not only pointless, but it just makes me not want to root for Ellie, because she traumatized her brother. Then the wedding people come and say that they don't want to work for the mom anymore because this family is dysfunctional.
This is an epic fail.
Somehow the daughter convinces them to come back an hour into this 90-minute movie, and at this point watching, I was seriously exhausted. I just wrote, I can't take this anymore into my notes. Then the hunt happens and the Adam guy sings this like Dear Evan Hansen knockoff song.
It's Listmaster, now I've got you on the run. Gotta give it all you've got, and don't stop running till it's done.
As bad as like all of the songs in this movie are, I can at least remember them. This one I cannot remember for the life of me. It is like painfully generic. The whole sequence with the hunt is just corny and stupid and bad. The only notable part about this sequence is when the friends randomly bring up how they don't like their bodies.
Changed my mind. I'm with Monica on this one. I don't need these people ridiculing me and my body. Like, I'm husky. I get it. We all get it.
I'm just a weird blob with arms and legs.
Mom just tells them, sorry, but this is as good as y'all are gonna look, so suck it up.
Your body, our bodies, are beautiful. Don't squander this time in your lives being ashamed of your own bodies, okay? Because this is as good as it gets.
Like, aside from being a bad message, it's just like shoved into the movie for like no reason. Then the mom and the friends find the hourglass and it's in some random store, but the owner seems to have no idea what they're doing.
This is a joke, right?
So are they just looting the town for this whole game? I would think you would have to ask permission to do something like this. Like, how is this even legal? They literally harass this poor lady and almost break her stuff, and the mom doesn't even pay for the hourglass. She just steals it from her. So the mom wins the hunt, and then she brings it to the wedding, and they have a false switchback, and it's really pointless because they switch back 2 minutes later. And then there's another lame closing song. And the movie is over. This movie is absolute garbage. I don't like to be over the top vitriolic with movies, but I was seriously struggling to find anything I liked about this movie at all. When it isn't preaching bad messages, it's just really dull and hard to sit through. It has no flavor, the songs are weak, the character writing is atrocious, and the whole thing is just not fun to sit through. Like, a Freaky Friday musical sounds like it should be really fun, but this movie is just pain. I really wish that I had more to say about this movie, because I really like the Freaky Friday franchise, but I just really don't. It has like a 1.6 on Letterboxd. Do you know how bad you have to be to have a score that low? Like, that's almost as bad as the Cats movie. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, watch my other videos, and stay tuned for more content in the future. Bye!